So you can still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good God. Holy shit. All right, well,
I would say hello, but I think we're past that.
no, we gotta start this over. Um, yeah, I can hear you really well.
Good.
Hopefully you can hear me really well.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so to start, um, you and I used to be neighbors,
Yes.
but one of us moved really far away. So we used to have what we call porch talks or porch drinks. And now we can't do that because I moved 2.5 hours away. So now, as long as I hold my breath and don't move anything on my desk, we can record. Um, so one of the things we used to do is we would have a conversation where neither one of us had any idea what we were talking about. So I thought it would be fun for us to have those conversations again, and then basically have a two-part conversation. One where we have our conversation, and then we'll go fact check ourselves, and then come back and have another discussion about everything that we were wrong about, which should be a lot because my memory's terrible at best, and I
I
think
can't remember any of our conversations that we've ever had.
yeah. So that's perfect. So
Yeah.
every week, it's even if it's the same conversation, every week's a new conversation.
I think we've discussed like Van Halen 17 times.
Probably. Did you abandon your drink? Am I the only one
No,
drinking
no,
now?
no, no. I still have my, I got a little E.H. Taylor tonight.
Nice. I'm having a little Kolsch for the record. All right. So I did not prepare anything. I don't know if you have a topic or
It
if
was your
I mean
turn.
we could just talk about nothing for a while,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is kind of commonplace. Um, how you been?
I'm all right. Going on a cruise Sunday. So,
Oh, nice. Where are you going?
basically to sea. We're going,
Are you just
we're going to
gonna
be
go
three
out into the
days at
abyss?
sea.
Out in
Yes.
the out
Should
in the
be good.
abyss,
Yeah.
with nothing
Yeah.
else happening.
The
Okay, neat.
sun will be shining. So I didn't even invite you because I know you and the sun still fight.
All right, you want to know something super funny? Um, so I hit record on this, but I didn't hit record on this. So that whole beginning part was not
It
being
sucked
recorded
anyway.
in audio. So yeah,
You want to
that was
recap?
take one.
What is the name of this show?
I think how wrong can it be? I looked to see if that was a podcast, and it's not.
Oh, that's fantastic name.
Yeah.
You know, they really should have a YouTube channel saying how hard it can be.
So
If only.
I have really good news for you.
Oh boy.
I I have I have 2 days this weekend with nothing to do, and
Man.
this conversation has sparked my interest in getting
Okay.
the installments of How Hard Can It Be out for the masses, and by that I mean you and I, and then
That's right. And the people we're
anyone
supposed to watch it.
anyone that we send the link to. Uh,
All employees.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I do
Yeah.
project to have at least one of those episodes in the
Are you
can.
are you going to go with the first one
Yeah, I
first?
was gonna do it in order. Yeah, I was gonna do
Okay.
Plasti
So
Dip first.
I look at that. I look at my pool handrail every day and go, I should have just bought that from
And
the very beginning.
the funny part is now we could do an update.
We could.
We
I
could
think
do
I
an
sent
update
you a photo when I changed it out.
with oh, that's right. Oh, you did change it out, didn't you?
Yeah, my wife is like, "Is this gonna take you like 3 days?" I'm like, "No." it
No,
took
not
it took like 20 minutes.
yeah, because we found out that one screw holds a whole operation together.
That is true. I mean, there's one screw in a pool, and if you want to ever remove a pool handle, watch this video of how not to do it. Uh,
Exactly.
but that
Exactly.
took us 4 hours.
Yeah. Oh, easily 4 hours, and I think we filmed the whole thing, and I think I cut it down to under an hour, but
Ooh,
not much under an hour.
just
All right.
just a
So,
lot of grown men struggling.
so I am gonna do a recap just real quick, or maybe we can do it at the end. I don't care. Um, I
Our
think
wives will understand, and the
yeah,
people
yeah.
who have hung out with us will understand.
Yeah. So the gist of this, now that I'm actually recording, the gist of this idea is, we can't hang out anymore since I moved away, but it'd be still great to talk to each other. So I thought it'd be fun for us to have a conversation. Um, because you and I both have no idea what we're talking about most of the time. And then after the conversation, we can fact check ourselves and then come back and have another conversation about how wrong we were, which is why the podcast is called How Wrong Can It Be? A part of the How Hard Can It Be network.
Is that the X220 in the background over your right ear?
It is.
Oh, okay.
So we could do this.
We could do Meekum.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, this could be a precursor to Meekum. And then if all things are good, I could have this out before Meekum.
I will say, since you left and I made a connection with this guy who does a bunch of car shows, I really need you to be there.
I'm there. Dude,
Well, I've invited you and you're just not there. You don't show up.
What are you talking about?
I told you I sat in an X220 and it is so much longer.
Oh,
remember we saw one last year at Meekum. Right, but it was behind the velvet and all that. But
yeah, where did you sit in one at Equestrian?
At the World Equestrian Center, because the guy had one. He said, "I'll let you drive it. I have his card. He lives in St. Pete. He said I could drive it."
Yeah. Here's the thing: you did not invite me to that before you did it.
I don't know. I invite you to everything. Anything related to cars, you're my go-to.
Yeah,
Porsche show was last weekend. I invited you.
No, you didn't. Did you invite me via thought message?
I don't know.
I have no text message asking to go. Because last weekend, I couldn't have done it last weekend. But the weekend before, I probably also couldn't have done it. But I would have thought about it.
I sent you photos from it. That's just the same.
You sent me photos. Yes, I saw that your wife posted to Facebook. Is that you sending me photos?
I sent you photos.
You did send me photos. I'm just busting your balls.
Don't make me look at that. It's too early in the night.
Yeah.
So usually these conversations with Shane, we don't really know where they're going to go. But
most of the time they don't go anywhere.
Yeah, and we end up arguing about something that neither one of us knows anything about.
Yeah, which is hopefully, that's kind of the idea of this podcast.
Basically, we don't know a lot about anything. You know a lot about beer. You do know a lot you know more about beer than every human being I know combined.
That's probably true. And I don't know if that's a point to brag or not. But
I don't know if I'm bragging or complaining either. But we both like comedy.
I do want to point out that I have this set up the exact way it was when you first called, and it's working fine. And all that happened is you changed stuff on your side. So
I tried 4 different headsets and I found one that worked. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying.
That's probably fair.
100% what I'm saying.
All right. I had somebody ask me a question the other day. When did music start only pertaining, like new music, only start pertaining to teenagers? Because I think it has our entire life, right? Pop music, even most rock music. There's not a single genre of music that's been created since really 1970 that hasn't been focused on the teenagers.
Now, when you say new music, you're not talking about bands that have been around since the dawn of time that are still putting out.
Right, correct.
You're talking new artists coming out into the world.
Well, even old artists that are making like Billboard charts is pretty much for young people, unless you've been around a long time and your audience has aged with you.
Okay, so like Foo Fighters is exempt from that.
Right, because any new music, they're still the Foo Fighters, and you remember them from, I'm not going to say it out loud because you get all excited, the greatest rock song ever made. But that's their sound, and they're not trying to attract necessarily new people to their newer music.
But I think they are in some regards because I mean, a couple of their albums have definitely been a departure from what I prefer in terms of like just the guitar sound and
I
stuff.
think
So
it's going
that's a
younger.
good question. I think probably always. I mean, I do think that, yeah, I think
It
probably
can't be
always.
always. It can't be always. I think it's really once they figured out they could sell a bunch of 45s to kids who had, let's just say, we'll start in the 50s, right? Who had $3 and could go buy a 45.
I don't know. I think you're probably onto something with. I mean, look at the big band era. I mean, those guys were the rock stars of that generation. Where their
But
parents
they
were
were,
probably listening to classical.
I'll bet you they, but it was the same. I'm checking myself, but that was pretty much, they were just doing a different sound with the same instrument, which is kind of what's happening today, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. I mean, well, not.
Kind of. It's hard to say because so much is AI and so much is in a machine.
Yeah, and so much sucks. It's
Yeah,
unlistenable.
but I don't know if I'm old, and the fact that
You are.
fact that people willingly listen to AI generated music, right? And it's like a top 10 playlist on Apple is offensive.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So as you may or may not remember, I used to play in a band called the Bitters, and
Oh,
we'll probably be using a lot of that music on this podcast just because I know we're not going to get sued for it.
you own it.
Yeah. So, but I recently there was a guy that posted, over here, in Brevard County that he was looking to start a project, and I was like, okay, cool. Let me see what this is all about. And he was like, yeah, I've been writing all these songs. I use this one program, and I'm like, I'm not familiar with that program. So I looked it up, and it's all AI. So
Oh,
he sent me two songs that are AI generated. One is like, if a Disney princess was a man,
oh.
that song. And then the other one was if there was a country artist that didn't want to say anything or offend anyone and also like to talk about work. I'll send you the link because
I don't know if I want to hear it.
you do. You do.
Well,
It's
yeah.
it's it's one of those things you kind of have to hear, just because it's not great.
Well, you're much more musical than I am, right? You generate music, you create music. I enjoy music. I but part of what I love about music is the story behind it, right? Like um
Oh, like the story of how 10,000 programmers wrote AI and then it learned everything and then wrote a song like that.
yeah, I find that so, I don't know, that's not what music is. It's an art form,
So
right?
me. You
Yeah,
know I don't get offended by anything.
correct.
I agree with you. I think AI music is offensive.
I
And that's saying something because nothing bothers me. And
Nothing.
the fact that AI music is a thing that people like, it really bothers me.
Well, what's sad is, and we know this, in 2 years, you could probably play a song right now and we wouldn't know it was AI, right? But in 2 years, it will be undeterminable.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's probably true.
But there's
I mean, I
also,
think that isn't there like a new like Beatles song or something that was like
oh no.
done by AI? Maybe I'm wrong.
Mm.
Oh, this our perfect thing to fact check. I don't have any idea
Well,
if
I
it's
know
true.
they did one for Bob Dylan. I know there's like apparently a Bob Dylan selections of songs, and they did it with Johnny Cash. Um,
So
I
this could be how
there's
wrong could it
no,
be?
well, and I just again, we have, you and I have said some offensive stuff to each other, but there's nothing's ever bothered me. Like, I mean, you're a ginger, you don't have a soul.
What do I
We
need
all
one of
know
those
this,
for?
right? It's overrated. But AI, there's no meaning behind it,
Right.
right? There's no. You ever hear a song for the first time and it's more of like a, not necessarily a ballad, but it's got like a string of a story through it,
Yeah.
and you're like, Oh, that's cool. I wonder what the background of that is,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right? I
for sure.
wonder where he was at. Perfect example is Phil Collins, right? When he wrote probably his most famous album, he had just divorced his wife, and so people put all this meaning into In the Air Tonight, right?
Right, right,
And he'll tell you it's just a song,
right.
right? I was in a very, very dark place. Um, but that song has so much feeling behind it. And the whole time you're like, that is a wounded individual. And of course he's bald, so and a drummer, so we don't make fun of those people. Uh, but am I right? I mean, I think about that. I mean, we're not talking about like the bubblegum pop that is here today and gone tomorrow music, but we're talking about the standards of our time,
Right,
right?
right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. You know, I think you're definitely on to something with that. Um,
And if our
it is
youth,
it is
if
very scary. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, tying back to the youth, and if the music is always generated towards the youth, and our but we have 5 boys between us. Um, if our boys were to grow up purely in an AI, would they be okay with AI music? Right? Because that AI music's probably going to be generated towards them.
I don't want to spoil the surprise, but we have 7 between us because
Oh,
I have
that's right.
5.
I I forgot 2 of them.
Yeah. So
I
that's the
forgot
first
two
thing
of
you
them.
were wrong about. So
Ah,
check mark.
I forgot the
We don't.
first two.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, here's the
I've met
thing.
them all,
I'm going to go out
which
on
is
a
the
limb
sad
and
part.
say that I'm going to go ahead and blame auto tune for AI
Go ahead.
in music. So here's why. You remember not that long ago when musicians had to have talent,
When,
and
go ahead.
so when people were writing songs at somewhere there was either a group of studio musicians that were great, or the lyricist was great, and then they found a singer that could sing that song. Somewhere along the way, someone in that group had talent. There was, or in terms of like music we grew up on, rock bands, all those guys had some kind of talent. And then, you know, autotune came around and made it okay for people to not actually really be able to sing, but be able for a computer to help them sing. And that normalized the fact that people can suck and still make millions of dollars. So now we have AI creeping in. It's kind of this other side of the same coin to me.
So what you're talking about is the monkeys.
But here's the thing.
Well,
Here's the thing though. Somewhere someone recorded Monkey's music. It might not have been them initially,
all right.
but
We
somebody did it.
we a couple of weeks ago we had a text exchange about the greatest producers of our era.
Yeah.
Right? And it really comes down to two. It's
Rick
um,
Rubin.
Rick Rubin, or what's his name?
I don't know.
Jones. No, Jones. Yeah,
Oh, Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones. Thank you.
Hmm.
Um,
No Bob Black. No Butch Vig.
I know we no.
Okay.
For this argument,
For this argument.
Rick Rubin used a lot of drum machine, and that was in the 80s
Yeah.
with the Beastie Boys and Run DMC, and um,
But at least
those are
that
all
though,
drum machines.
sure. But usually, because I mean, even like John Mellencamp's first album with Kenny Aronoff,
Oh yeah, yeah,
there was drum machine in there that Kenny
right,
programmed. So at
right.
least in the early days, the drum machines were being programmed by drummers, or even somebody like Rick Rubin knew about music production and they were being programmed by somebody that had an idea of talent.
So you don't consider the synthesizer a computer?
Not I mean, it's kind of hard because I mean, yeah, if you think about the 80s, I was thinking about this the other day. A song came on and there was no music, it was just sounds. So I don't think that that's the same thing because somebody still had to put those sounds together and put a melody over it.
It still had to be produced.
Right. By people.
All right.
And
I
it was still musical, even though it wasn't technically an instrument. It was still musical. It was,
it,
kind of like the group Stomp, where they're hitting trash cans
sure.
and stuff. It's still musical, but it's just not, you know, um, not great.
Well, the Blue Man Group.
Yeah,
It's all drums, right?
Stomp, Blue
Yeah.
Stomp.
Yeah. Well, I guess my point is I wonder, and then there's always these people who are looking for authentic music played with real instruments. And that's still in the niche category. And so I really wonder where AI and music is going. We already see it with CGI which has destroyed movies. I think we can agree on that. Like, well, and the rest of the
Yeah, but the
world would too,
cool,
because Hollywood had their worst month of all time. But outside of COVID,
yeah,
but it's
the
just
cool
all
thing
computer.
though, it is. But the cool thing is there are a lot of directors that are going the other way as a result of it.
Well, and that's
Like,
my hope is that musicians go back and go, I'm fighting this to my very core. I'm going to sing. I'm going to play an instrument.
yeah, but where does that end? You know?
Well, and if you're a record label and you can play it, you can pay one computer programmer, let's just say $5 million, and he can make 5 genres of music, or
I
you
think
could pay 50 people.
I think they tried that with Milli Vanilli and it didn't really work out so well.
Well, they sold a shit ton of records.
Yeah, for a while.
Well, that's just it, and that's all they're going to do with AI. I mean, look, I don't know what the average lifespan is of a rock star,
Well,
but
I mean, that's the other part too is
based
who's selling records these days?
well, I guess it's downloads, which is
Yeah.
also a completely new narrative
Well, yeah,
that
that, but I mean,
Lars must be losing his mind over downloads.
yeah, I'm sure he is. The other thing is though, I mean,
Is there a drummer we haven't mentioned, by the way? Because if there is, let me know. Because I think we've Neil Neil. I said Neil Peart.
yeah. I don't know, man. I think I'm with you. I hope movies and music go back the other way. I hope that auto tune is lumped in with that group of things and people have to go back to having talent again. Um, the other side of the coin is who is going to go see a concert when there's nothing to see?
Oh, you mean like a DJ? DJs are more popular now than some outside of like the Taylor Swifts of the world. DJs sell out crowd, and all they have in front of them is a laptop. All the raves, and they're just mixing different sounds.
I guess
Millions
that's
of people
true.
see them.
I guess that's true. So now you're saying like the AI is going to be is the next phase of DJs.
Instead of you'll have a human up there acting,
Why
but
would you?
because they're probably going to be cheap because it didn't. They're like, I can replace you.
Well, I mean,
Nobody knows what you look.
I guess they
Well,
could just have an AI generated movie,
sure.
screen playing with a band that's equally as fake.
I guess instead of a DJ, maybe you have a group of entertainers, and it becomes Cirque du Soleil or something. I mean, people go to a concert to be entertained, right? Or to hear a band that they love the band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, for me, I go because I want to hear the songs that I love, but I want to hear them played differently, not
sure.
exactly the same note for note.
But as we're going, yeah, understood. But as we're going along down this path, how much longer are we going to have huge scale artists and bands that we grew up loving? How much longer is that? What's the lifespan of that? Because
Hopefully forever.
let me ask you this: when's the last time? And I think that this will be interesting. When's the last time you downloaded a new band's song or album?
It would have been
And you are
probably
in the music
last
world.
year.
Okay.
It was last year. It was Alkaline Trio's album, Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs. That was the last thing I downloaded, and I paid for it and downloaded the whole thing.
What I find myself doing is I'll hear a song that I haven't heard in a very long time, and I'll just instantly add it to my Apple Play.
which you pay for.
Right, I pay a monthly subscription, and I can
Yeah.
play anything I
So
want.
the band gets their
Correct.
fraction of a cent.
I don't think I've downloaded a song from a person um, under the age of 40. I, so they probably already sold their album to some corporation.
Yeah. 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 I mean, so other than that, probably the albums I bought. I mean, it's been few and far between, and that's the other thing with streaming services. So like, we pay for Spotify, so I can just go on and just type in the artist I want to listen to, and their whole
Sure.
catalog, every version of every album is on there, and I can just listen at my leisure.
Yeah, and I guess that, I mean, we're old, but I'm wonder if the new generation will even care.
I think there are things that the new generation gets. I think that's why vinyl has kind of come back. I think there's some
But has
truth to
it?
that.
I think it's
A little
very.
bit.
Come
It
on,
is.
I mean,
It's still
it
you
still
know
exists, but it hasn't come back.
right.
The
And I
cassette
think,
tape isn't coming back.
but I think I guess, and here's the other part. Here's the other side of that though. So think about, when we were kids, we had 45s. You know, that was basically the only media designed for us, as we established in the first half of this conversation. Music was designed for us. There weren't really kids movies back then.
No.
We didn't have that. So
And by the way, the ones that were kids movies, we could all name instantly
yeah.
because there was like one a year.
Well, I mean, but then, kind of other movies sort of became kids movies by default. Like
Right.
Star Wars isn't a kids movie.
Not at all.
Indiana Jones isn't a kids movie.
Not at all.
But those are the movies we grew up on.
Sure.
So now kids today have so many different genres of media to choose from that they're not noticing things being taken. So like if music was taken from us as kids, we would lose our minds.
But there is no common place to go and everybody can hear the same song. Right? Like we grew up with Rock 104.
Yeah. Right.
So
Right.
I could judge who you were as a person based on what music. Oh, you like K Country? Right. Local station,
Not a
93.7.
Not a sponsor of this show.
I did work for them. My dad worked for them for a long time. Rock 104 in Gainesville.
Yeah. No longer around.
No. But if I was to say, oh, back in the day, that was not an uncommon thing. Oh, what station do you listen to?
Right.
Do you listen to 98.5? I doubt it. But were you listening to pop? Were you listening to rock?
Right.
Or were you listening to country?
Right.
But and that's where we found new songs. Right now, where would you go and try to even find a new artist?
I think we'd have to talk to children, because I can tell you my kids listen to music that I have never heard of before.
It's all on recommendations from YouTube, probably.
Probably. And then like I was talking to somebody the other day, she was all excited about some bands that are going to be at Rockville this year that I have never even heard of before. And she was talking about them like they've been around forever.
Doesn't that sound exhausting?
Going to Rockville?
No. Trying to find a new group. It's like
it does, and it's usually disappointing. Like, are you a TV? Did you happen to watch the show Mobland on
oh yeah,
whatever it's on Paramount Plus?
Yeah.
That theme song to Mobland?
Yeah.
It's the kind of the British kind of poppy, rappy, kind of cool song. So I went to a pub and it was playing in the background. I was like, I'm gonna, you know what? That's equally good outside of the show.
Well, it's been around a long time.
It has.
Yeah.
They're not a new band. But my wife and I went and listened to that band, and let me say, it's not great. It's not something. That's the best song by them by far.
Well, gone are the days, I guess, of the one-hit wonder.
I mean, I guess, unless you, unless you're
I
a robot.
don't know. Somebody said that, and By the way, it ruined my whole day
Well,
because
don't
you're
worry.
just you're just thinking about. You're like, there is no common experience anymore. I mean, once in a while you'll get a Netflix show that we've all seen. Um,
I think you've hit it right there. I think with all of the different, like I started to say earlier, all the different things that kids have, and kids, us too, we all have all these different things. So now there's so much specific content out there, whether it's music, movies, TV shows. So I think Netflix now, and streaming services in general, but Netflix specifically, has become that new kind of common ground.
sure,
I
sure.
think that's kind of where things are going. Um, you know, for whatever reason, I don't, I like Netflix as much as the next guy, but we also don't sit around and talk about it at work. Like not, like when Seinfeld was on,
Oh,
before streaming, when you had to watch stuff live,
yeah.
you would talk about it for a week.
And if you missed it, you're like, God dang it, I'm not going to be
Yeah.
able to watch it for like 9 months,
Yeah.
if
Right.
ever,
If
if
ever.
ever.
If ever, you'd have to, yeah, find a syndicated channel that it's on, and hope you catch that rerun whatever day
And I
it's on.
and I know a lot of people love Friends, but I still think that Seinfeld will be the last TV show that we could quote in any meeting and people get outside of cauliflower, right? I mean,
I think that's pretty specific. I mean, we know it.
cauliflower.
Yeah, we know it, but I don't know. I think you'd be
Yeah, I
hard
work
pressed.
with a bunch of young people,
And
and
they
I
know it.
will make it. Yeah, I'll make a George Costanza reference.
Hmm.
I like the other day. I said, what I really need is a bed under my desk. And this girl looked right at me and said, "Yeah, you are George Costanza."
Well, that's good.
I'm like, "Well, except he, he was he got paid by the Yankees. I could never do that." And she just started laughing, and I'm like, "Okay." And this girl's in her 20s.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Now
pretty
the
great.
person next to us had no clue what we were talking about. She's like, "You've never watched Seinfeld?" Right? Yeah. And then she
Yeah.
started watching it, and I'm like, congratulations. I wish I could go back in time and watch from episode one and rewatch Seinfeld all over again.
Yeah. Can you imagine though? Like, can you imagine having? I mean, I guess that's a it's gonna sound wrong no matter how I say it. That's a good case for dementia. I
Well,
mean,
I said the same
imagine.
thing in my plane. I'm like, that's why I'm probably going to have Alzheimer's. Just buy me the CD loop of Seinfeld. I'll be like, have you seen this show? This Jerry guy and Kramer, that guy's wild.
That guy's so funny.
And Elaine is sneaky hot. I don't know.
And Putty, don't forget about Putty.
Well, Putty comes much later.
Oh, but Putty,
You
that's
got to have undercoating. That, but we start at one point we were talking about cars. That car episode where he's buying a car from Putty.
oh yeah.
You don't need undercoating. It's a scam. And then he breaks up with with his girlfriend, and next thing you know, oh, you're getting undercoated.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so good.
yeah.
It's classic. It's
It is
fantastic.
great. It is. Great show.
I
Great,
mean,
great cast.
the teeth mark on the pencil. I mean, but that's it. But I get to our point. I, I don't
Is there
know,
one?
I don't know if there's a common element in our society anymore. Even movies, right? I mean, there's not back then. That's what we had to do, right? During the
Yeah,
summer, there was
yeah,
nothing else to do. We went to
yeah.
the theaters. Now, and I know I've uh, what's his name? The guy I want to share a cell in prison with, Matt Damon. Um,
Okay, we have to unbox
I've
that
told
later.
you that story.
I don't
Anyway,
think so.
so Matt Damon was in an interview and he was talking about how the economics of making movies
Right.
is broken now. Because before you could really count, you could spend a lot of money on movies because you had your box office release and then you had your video rentals,
Yeah,
your video sales.
yeah,
And that second revenue stream is what drove and created the greatest decade of movies of all time, and that's the 90s.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
undeniable that the
Oh,
90s,
100%.
and that's probably when we hit peak cinematic. That's probably the peak that Hollywood could ever do. I mean, just look at 1994 if you're looking at a specific year. But
Yeah.
because of the economics, and I think that's what's broken Hollywood, and I think that's also had a massive impact on the music field
Well, I
because
mean,
you're selling
it started with
cassette.
music. I mean, MP3s came out long before video streaming was a thing, and
Sure.
that's what that's what happened with the music industry. And the biggest problem and the biggest difference between music and movies in that regard is movies was a handful of studios that controlled everything, or at least a handful of
Absolutely
distribution
correct.
companies.
Yes, correct.
You had like 5 or 6,
Correct.
actual movie distributors, whereas music was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of companies and fractions of companies that just
Right.
couldn't all there's no way to agree. So I think that's why movies were able to hold on. I mean, that and the fact that, the bandwidth to stream music was way different. Um, but I think that's why they were able to hold on much longer, and why they're still able to create movies and make money, sort of. Um, but yeah, it's nothing like it used to be. I mean, you think about the movies that didn't do well when they came out, but then went on to be huge, huge,
Shawshank.
huge. Yeah,
Shawshank.
I think Shawshank's a great.
Shawshank bombed at the box office,
Yeah,
and you could argue it's a top three movie of all time.
absolutely,
You
absolutely.
you could
And
argue
and crushed it crushed in video sales.
right.
VHS sales for
You
Shawshank were astronomical.
if I only knew somebody who worked at Blockbuster at that time.
Or somebody who worked for a company that distributed movies at the time, or both
So or both.
simultaneously.
But if you look at like 1994,
Yeah, Forrest Gump.
greatest year of movies of all time, Lion King.
Yeah,
Right? If Lion King came out right now, it would everybody would instantly change their mind of Disney. Whatever you feel about Disney, it would change your mind.
right.
Um, Forrest Gump,
Yep,
Shawshank,
yep.
um, Pulp Fiction. Uh, this is just off the top of my head. And there's like three more.
Yeah,
I think Ace Ventura came out. One of the Ace Venturas. There's like 30 movies, and you're like, my God, any of these 30 movies that came out right now, that's all we would be talking about.
yeah.
Instead, we get a movie that I really was excited about with Smashing Machine, just because I remember Kerr's career, um, and it just wasn't very good.
I didn't see it. We did go see the new Running Man, which is
Oh, I
doing
didn't know there was
terrible.
a new Running Man.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it?
It's really good.
So
I
this is
really enjoyed it.
remake number 4.
No, it's only number
Arnold
2.
did one.
Arnold
Arnold.
did the first one, yeah.
No, he did the second one.
Who was the first one?
The first one was in the 70s.
You're talking about Logan's Run. That's not exactly the
Oh,
same
no, no,
movie.
no, no, no. There was a movie.
I don't
Running Man
think
was
Stephen
a.
King wrote Running Man until the
All right, you
70s.
know what? Bookmark this, and we'll find out which one of
No,
us
this
is
is perfect. This is, yep.
Running Man. Running Man is a remake of a movie from the 70s.
All right.
They changed it up a little bit. It's the same concept.
And
Where if you escaped, you got away with your life,
and it's not Logan's Run.
I don't even remember what Logan's Run is.
It was a movie from the 70s about a guy with the name Run in the title. And his name was Logan.
So the best running movie of all time. It's not Cool Runnings, even though that's probably.
Don't say Chariots of Fire.
It's do, 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 do.
It's
Is that the longest slow
movie?
motion of all time?
It's the longest movie of all time.
When they're
Just
running in the waves.
a guy running down the beach for hours.
My mom took me to that theater, to that movie at the Springs in Ocala, and I remember I was sleeping in the aisle, like in the walkway.
I stand
She's
by
like,
my
"That's the greatest movie of all time." Like, oh God.
yeah. First
Oh.
of all, a couple of things. No chariots in that movie. Total letdown.
I need
Very
Ben
little
Hur.
fire.
Where's
Very
Ben
little
Hur?
fire. Two
Yeah.
things in the name: Chariots of Fire. No
Liar.
chariots at all. Very little fire.
Just a
So
bunch
how
of
wrong
white
can it
dudes
be?
running around in
Complete
shorts.
failure. Yeah.
They were all pink, by the way. It was funny. That's what
Yeah,
I remember about that movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it, because why would you?
No, no, no. There was once in a while you want to watch a movie and just say, okay, let me go back and look at it. So right now I'm on this Jackie Chan kick.
Okay, it's a good
Uh,
pick.
we can't have a conversation with a drink without me telling a Navy story. So
Almost made it, folks.
I was stationed in the Philippines, and
You don't say.
on the TV, on the TV,
On the
uh,
TV, and you were folding.
Jackie
You
Chan.
were folding bunting.
That's right. That's right. Um, all that you had was Jackie Chan movies, and they weren't audio dubbed. They were they were closed captioned in Tagalog. Sometimes some scenes were in Tagalog and some scenes were in English. It
Great.
was fantastic.
Yeah, but I mean, if I
It,
will say, if you're gonna watch any genre of movie and not know what they're saying,
correct.
martial arts movie is the best
That's
one.
that's exactly. You really don't. You know what's going on.
Because
You don't need to hear it.
yeah, you can see by the look on their face that that's the bad guy, and this is the good guy, and he's gonna lose it first, and then eventually he's gonna come back and win.
Jackie Chan was. He's old now, but he was an absolute superstar.
Oh, for sure.
What an incredible. His movie. He's funny. He
Yeah,
kicks people's ass. It's
yeah.
just good, solid entertainment. It's what Dolomite wanted to be.
And now there are people copying that same style, and it's wonderful.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen people kind of his fighting style.
Oh,
You
they're
got to be kidding.
trying. They're
Yeah.
trying, but they can't do it to the level and the number
No.
of
No.
stunts within one scene. And
No, definitely
uh,
not. But they are trying. Like even like the new Karate Kid with Jackie
uh,
Chan in it,
uh,
and not that one, the
Will
other one.
Smith, Will Smith's
No.
kid
No, the new one,
with the girl.
the newer new one. No, it's no. No, it just came out like a year ago,
No
and
idea.
Jackie Chan and Daniel San are in it.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Is it any good?
Uh, I mean,
What is
it's
that?
the
Karate Kid
same.
9?
Yeah, it's the same movie as the first and every other one after the first, where he doesn't know enough kung fu, and then they teach him kung fu, and they teach him, and then he gets in a fight,
Look,
and then they have to wait for the tournament, and then he wins the tournament. If that's what you mean
uh,
by a different, yeah, totally
when,
different movie than every other
when they
one
were
that's
on
been.
Okinawa, uh, I
No
remember
pin defense.
I've
I
been to
don't have
Okinawa.
one of those drums that just turns
It's
back and forth.
fantastic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Look, yeah.
Anyway, Jackie Chan was
We're
in
not
that,
here to make fun of Karate Kid 2.
the kid that is in the movie does some of that in his earlier fight scenes, and it's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
That's where I'm going
Well,
with that.
but that none of that was AI, right? Going back to the AI problem, all of that was real actors performing real stunts. Great. Yeah. Did they fall on cardboard or something? Of course, but it was still authentic.
You know what I saw today? Now that we're talking about martial arts, and I was thinking about this just a little while ago. How do you remember the movie Dragon, the Bruce Lee story
Of
with
course.
Jason Scott Lee?
Yes, of course.
Do you remember when he was coming in as Kato for the first time, and he
Yes.
did all the crazy stunts and flips because Bruce Lee was
Yes.
awesome? Today I
Yes.
saw somehow there was a clip of Burt Ward's um, Robin audition, and the somersaults he was doing on the mat were comically bad. And I was like, and he got their part.
You said Burt Ward.
I did say Burt Ward.
All right. No, but you know what? That was never intended to be a serious show.
So if you think about it in terms of this, AI might be Bruce Lee's fault because he accelerated stunts to such a
Well,
level
I
that then everybody started pushing the boundaries of what stunts were,
all
because
right.
before it was just a guy on a horse, and now there's this other guy doing flips next to
Yeah.
the horse.
Well, that's not true. I mean, Run Run Shaw was making one movie a day for like 30 years. And then they're like, you know what we could do? We can have a one-armed swordsman. They ended up having like I think 7 one-armed swordsman movies.
Yeah,
from
but
Run
then
Run
those
Shaw.
didn't come out. Those didn't come to America for
70s. No, but they
yeah.
were created in the 60s and 70s
Right.
and
But
into
we
the
didn't know
80s.
about that. We didn't know about that.
Quentin Tarantino did. I mean, he based every movie he's had is basically a kung fu movie.
Yeah.
Uh, but uh, I don't know. You got to be like water, Shane. Got to be like water.
Yeah. That's what I got to be like.
Yeah, Bruce Lee was, and if you haven't seen like Enter the Dragon, like the original, it's spectacular. Big Boss, fantastic, just
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
But you're right. When he brought that over to the U.S., it changed the way we move. Because John Wayne, you know, the one punch and then you take another punch and
yeah.
was gone. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It died. And I mean, I guess there's always been an evolution to the
sure.
way creative things are done, but then something comes along and just accelerates it. And I hope AI is not that. I hope that's not the next evolution of
Well,
things
I think
because
they
it's
tried it in movies, and I think it's reached as good as it's going to get.
I don't know.
I think at some point, and you know, and this is my evidence for that. You take a guy like Tom Cruise, right? Um, Pete Mitchell, he's a real person, greatest Navy personnel of all time, lawyer.
This is a twofer. We
He's
got we got a Top Gun
I'm, I'm,
story
I'm doing
and a
all the
Navy
hits.
story at the
Yeah,
same in the
look,
same podcast.
look, Pete Mitchell's a real guy. Tom Cruise said that Jackie Chan's the greatest stunt person he's ever seen. And action, I think he said he was the greatest action star of all time. But I think one of the things that Tom Cruise realizes is that he's trying to do as little as CGI as possible with his new Mission Impossible movie. I think the premise of the movie was stupid, but the action scenes were very, very good.
The action scenes were great, except he spent way too much time in a biplane. That
Yeah, agreed.
the
Agreed.
the end of the movie could have been about 40 minutes sooner.
Yeah, but they had 40, like something like 40 hours in the can. They're like, well, look, we spent a lot of money on this.
Yeah, we might as well show all of it to the audience.
Yeah, yeah. I think they did. But I think they're at least trying, certain individuals, because I think you're a huge superhero guy, and I hate them all. And I hate them all.
So, if Tom Cruise was born in a different era, would he have been a wing walker? Would that have been his entertainment of choice?
He was the right height. I mean,
Yeah.
I. That's fair. That's a fair comment. That's a fair comment. Did you see the F1 movie? Did you see the F1 movie?
Great. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, because you don't know anything about F1, so I knew you'd love it. It's a good movie, by the way. It's a good movie. Not a lot of CGI in that.
I know a lot about F1. I know everything that's been on Drive to Survive.
They're in Vegas this weekend.
Shooting the show? That's great.
No, yeah, that's correct. They're coming out with something. Apple TV bought the rights to it, so I wonder if they're going to do a Drive to Survive on Apple now since Netflix, because Netflix made a bid and they just wanted too much money. Thank goodness, because now I don't have to buy another subscription.
Don't you have Netflix?
No.
What do you? So you just have Apple
Sports?
TV?
I have Apple TV.
I don't want to hear about your sneaky apps. That was such a
I got
heartbreak.
yeah. Still don't have that. I had I use a lot of torrents. I have like Paramount. I got something free with my phone. I watch a lot of baseball.
Okay. I think baseball's on Paramount, isn't it? Don't they have a lot of?
No, now it's ESPN just got the rights, and it's I don't know what's going to happen.
Got it. All right.
How often are we going to do this show?
I don't know. Once a week?
Won't be next week because I'll be on the middle of the ocean.
Once every 2 weeks? I don't know. I figure we'll just. Why don't we shoot for putting one out once a month?
I love it.
Because we got to do a rebuttal to the episode.
That's correct. We do. We do.
Yeah. So I'll
We should probably do the rebuttal the following night while it's fresh.
Well,
Because
I figure
I don't even remember. You're going to have to tell me what I said that I have to
I
check.
figure what I would do is I'm going to export this audio and send it, and then we can both listen to it and take notes.
Oh,
Well, you can do
All
what
right.
you want.
all right.
Because
So
there's too many technical details that I've not been paying attention to.
yeah,
Because I know you were wrong about a few things already.
Running Man, for sure.
Maybe not. Probably though.
I'm pretty sure Running. I'm going to look at that
And
before I leave.
and then whatever you called Cirque du Soleil wasn't Cirque du Soleil. You called it.
No, I
something
knew
else.
that was wrong. No, I knew that was wrong. That was an example. I wasn't stating fact. That
And then the movie list from 1984 or 1994.
I
I
got
hope
right.
to God that's wrong.
Oh, I know that's right. I know 94 because I've used that. Look, I had 5 stories. I just put them in repeat.
Well, you're gonna have to get some new ones because
See.
5 episodes in,
See,
you're gonna be out. You're gonna be fresh out of material.
the assumption this show still exists in 5 episodes is pretty epic. We're going to be celebrating 1,000 episodes at some award show. Like I'm still out of stories. I don't know how many times I could tell
we
my
didn't
Jackie
know this
Chan
was
is
even going to
cool.
be a show.
It wasn't up until 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. So I guess then, so I think you sent a list of topics that we could talk about at some point. I guess we can pull those out.
I do that. Yeah.
And then we can just pick something and just.
We're going to rotate topics. Was the original idea.
It was the original idea.
But
so
you're
I'm
not allowed to know what it is. The other person's not allowed to know what the topic is until you start the show.
Yeah. So I guess you pulled this one out. So I guess I'll do the next one. And I won't. Yeah. I'll write it down on a piece of paper and hide it from myself, so I give it no thought.
All right. On the next episode, I really want you, after you've thought about the AI thing, and you talk to your boys. I'll talk to mine. I'm curious.
Oh, that's a good idea.
What their thoughts are.
Yeah.
On AI music.
That's a good idea. That'll definitely give us some information. The only downside of this is this podcast is going to be long.
So, look. One other point. Did you see that for the first time in the month of October there wasn't a hip hop song or record in the top? I think it was top 20 of Billboards.
No, I didn't see that.
Pop
what about?
music?
I thought Bad Bunny just won like every award for reggaeton that existed.
I'm just telling you, it was in. I think it was in October. There was no hip hop in the Billboard. I'll fact check myself.
Billboard top 20.
Yeah, I don't really care about the Super Bowl. I don't even watch football now.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl. That's pretty much it.
I might. We'll see.
All right. So remember what headset you have on, because that one seems to work. I'm not going to touch the wires at all. It had nothing to do
with you jiggling wires, and it went bang.
Well, I jiggled the wires earlier. Here, now that we're almost done, let's see. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
So
if it was my headset, that would be wild, because I could hear you the whole time. It makes no sense.
Yeah, but the microphone part was the hard part.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I use this every single day.
I can't explain it. I can't explain it at all. I guess next time let's try your phone again. Does that headset, will that plug into your phone?
It's
when you're wearing now?
No. This is like
so you got to do it from the
headset.
computer.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, sign us off, Shane Matthews.
All right. So for How Wrong Can It Be? Ending the first section A of episode 1, this is Shane Matthews signing off with Galen Unold.
Yeah,
signing off as well. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess
pleasure.
I'll see you next time. I'll get this out to you in the next couple of days. I'll send the audio over. I'll probably just upload it to. I think I still have access to your OneDrive. I'll just upload it to that.
You probably do. No, I don't even know if I have that. Just let me know. But yeah,
I hope you do, because there's still video stuff I got to get off there.
G Drive. It's on my G Drive.
Whatever.
Yeah, let me know.
I don't care what you call it.
Let me know. Yeah, I think it's still there. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a long time.
All right.
I'll make my family listen to it.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna go back and check this out tomorrow, and then I'll get the audio over to you, and then we'll figure out what we're actually doing from there.
I need the bidders to play me out.
Yeah, I don't have anything queued up, but we will.
All right. Later.
Bye.